Tacos al pastor. Tacos al pastor developed in central Mexico during the 20th century, after Lebanese immigrants brought shawarma-style vertical roasting to cities like Puebla and Mexico City. Instead of lamb, Mexican cooks used pork marinated with dried chiles, achiote, vinegar, garlic, and spices. The meat is stacked onto a rotating spit called a trompo, often topped with pineapple, which slowly caramelizes as the pork cooks. Thin slices are shaved directly onto small corn tortillas, then finished with onion, cilantro, salsa, and lime. The flavor is smoky, tangy, slightly sweet, and deeply savory, with crisp roasted edges and tender marinated meat. Banh mi. Banh mi began in Vietnam during French colonial rule in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when baguettes were introduced alongside European pâté, butter, and cured meats. After the 1950s, Vietnamese vendors adapted the sandwich into a cheaper local street food by using rice flour, blended bread, pickled carrots, daikon, cucumber, cilantro, chiles, and meats such as pork, chicken, or Vietnamese sausage. The bread is usually light and crackly outside, with an airy interior. A classic banh mi balances fat, acid, herbs, and heat in every bite, making it one of the clearest examples of colonial ingredients transformed into a distinct local food. Takoyaki. Takoyaki appeared in Osaka, Japan in the 1930s, and is commonly credited to vendor Tomekichi Endo, who adapted an earlier snack called akashiyaki. The batter is made from wheat flour, dashi, eggs, and seasonings, then poured into half-spherical iron molds. Each ball usually contains diced octopus, pickled ginger, and green onion. Vendors rotate the batter with metal picks until it forms a crisp outer shell and soft custardy center. Takoyaki is finished with dark takoyaki sauce, mayonnaise, bonito flakes, and seaweed powder. Its texture is the defining feature: hot, creamy, slightly chewy, and savory, with smoky movement from the thin bonito flakes. Falafel. Falafel is one of the oldest street foods of the Eastern Mediterranean, with possible origins in Egypt, where fava bean fritters were eaten by Coptic Christians during fasting periods. In the Levant, chickpeas became the more common base. The mixture is made from soaked, uncooked chickpeas or fava beans, blended with herbs, garlic, onion, cumin, coriander, and salt, then shaped into balls or patties and deep fried. Good falafel has a deep brown crust and a bright green, herb-heavy interior. It is commonly served in pita with tahini, pickles, tomatoes, and salad, giving it a contrast of crunch, creaminess, acidity, and earthy spice. Churros. Churros are associated with Spain and Portugal, though their exact origin is debated, with some theories connecting them to earlier fried doughs from China or the Iberian shepherding tradition. The dough is simple: flour, water, salt, and sometimes butter or eggs, piped through a star-shaped nozzle and fried until ridged and crisp. The shape increases surface area, helping the dough brown evenly. In Spain, churros are often eaten for breakfast with thick hot chocolate, while in Latin America they may be filled with dulce de leche, chocolate, or cream. Their flavor is mild and toasty, but the appeal comes from the contrast of crunchy edges and soft interior. Jianbing. Jianbing is a Chinese breakfast street food with roots often traced to Shandong province, where wheat-based pancakes have been eaten for centuries. A modern jianbing is made on a circular griddle by spreading a thin batter of wheat, mung bean, or mixed grains. An egg is cracked over the surface, followed by scallions, cilantro, sesame seeds, fermented bean paste, chili sauce, and a crisp fried cracker known as baoqui. The pancake is folded into a portable rectangle while still hot. Jianbing is prized for its layered texture: soft crepe, runny or set egg, crunchy cracker, salty paste, fresh herbs, and a mild fermented depth. Arepas. Arepas come from the indigenous food cultures of present-day Colombia and Venezuela, where maize was cultivated thousands of years before European contact. Traditionally made from soaked and ground corn, modern arepas usually use pre-cooked cornmeal, water, and salt. The dough is shaped into thick discs, then grilled, baked, or fried until the outside is lightly crisp. Arepas can be split and filled with cheese, shredded beef, black beans, avocado, chicken, or eggs. In Venezuela, famous versions include reina pepiada, filled with chicken and avocado. Their taste is mild, warm, and corn-forward, making them a flexible base for both simple and rich fillings. Satay. Satay is a skewered grilled meat dish strongly associated with Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand, with roots linked to both local grilling traditions and South Asian kebab influences. In Indonesia, where hundreds of regional variations exist, satay may use chicken, goat, beef, fish, or even offal. The meat is cut small, marinated with spices such as turmeric, coriander, garlic, and lemongrass, then grilled over charcoal. It is commonly served with peanut sauce, sweet soy sauce, rice cakes, cucumber, and shallots. The best sauté has smoky edges, tender meat, and a sauce that combines sweetness, nuttiness, salt, and mild heat. Pani Puri. Pani Puri is a popular Indian street snack known by different names across regions, including Golgappa in North India and Fuchka in Bengal. Its structure is highly specific. A thin, hollow, crisp puree is filled with spiced potato, chickpeas, or mung beans, then dipped into flavored water made with tamarind, mint, coriander, chili, black salt, and spices. The snack is eaten whole in one bite before the shell collapses. Its exact invention is uncertain, but it became widespread through urban street vendors in the 20th century. Pani Puri is defined by contrast: brittle shell, soft filling, cold spiced water, sour tamarind, and intense aromatic heat. Hot dogs. The modern hot dog developed from German sausage traditions brought to the United States by immigrants in the 19th century. Frankfurter and Wiener-style sausages were adapted into a convenient street food when served in long buns, especially in cities like New York and Chicago. By the early 1900s, hot dogs were common at baseball parks, seaside stands, and pushcarts. The sausage is usually made from beef, pork, chicken, or a blend, seasoned with garlic, paprika, mustard, and smoke flavor. Regional styles vary sharply. Chicago adds pickles, tomatoes, relish, onions, sport peppers, and celery salt, while New York often uses mustard and sauerkraut. Kebab. Street kebabs trace their roots to the Middle East, Central Asia, and the Ottoman Empire, where small pieces of meat were grilled over open fire. Over time, kebabs developed into many forms, from skewered shish kebab to doner kebab cooked on a vertical rotisserie. Döner became especially influential in Europe during the late 20th century, particularly in Germany, where Turkish immigrants helped turn it into a major urban fast food. The meat is seasoned, layered, roasted, and sliced thin, then served in flatbread or pita with vegetables, yogurt sauce, garlic sauce, or chili. Its appeal comes from charred meat, warm bread, and cooling sauces. Empanadas. Empanadas come from the Spanish word empanar, meaning to wrap or coat in bread, and their ancestry connects to medieval Iberian pastries. Spanish and Portuguese colonization spread the form across Latin America, where each region adapted the filling and dough. In Argentina, empanadas often contain beef, onion, paprika, olives, and egg. In Chile, they may include pino, a mixture of meat, onion, raisins, and spices. Caribbean versions may be fried, while others are baked. The pastry can be wheat or corn-based, flaky or firm. A good empanada is compact, portable, and balanced, crisp or tender dough surrounding a savory, often spiced filling. Pad Thai. Pad Thai became strongly associated with Thailand in the 1930s and 1940s, when the Thai government promoted it as part of a national identity and modernization campaign. Although stir-fried noodles existed earlier, Pad Thai combined Chinese noodle techniques with Thai flavors. The dish uses rice noodles stir-fried with eggs, tofu, dried shrimp or fresh shrimp, fish sauce, tamarind, palm sugar, garlic, shallots, and preserved radish. It is usually finished with roasted peanuts, lime, chili flakes, and bean sprouts. The key flavor balance is sweet, sour, salty, and nutty. Street vendors cook it quickly over high heat, giving the noodles slight chew and smoky wok aroma. Ceviche tostadas. Ceviche tostadas are a coastal street food especially common in Mexico and parts of Latin America, built on older indigenous traditions of eating fresh seafood with acidic fruits and chiles. After the arrival of citrus from Europe, lime became central to modern ceviche. Raw fish, shrimp, or mixed seafood is cut small and cured in lime juice, then mixed with tomato, onion, cilantro, chile, cucumber, or avocado. In Mexico, it is often served over a crisp corn tostada. The acid firms the seafood's proteins, creating a texture that feels cooked while remaining fresh and delicate. The flavor is bright, salty, spicy, and cooling. Belgian fries. Belgian fries, often called frites, are a major street food in Belgium, where fried potatoes became popular by at least the 19th century. Although France and Belgium both claim connections to the origin of fries, Belgium developed a distinct culture around them through dedicated fry stands called friteries, or friet koten. The potatoes are usually cut thick and fried twice. First at a lower temperature to cook the interior, then at a higher temperature to create a crisp golden shell. Traditionally, they may be fried in beef fat, though vegetable oils are common today. They are served in paper cones with mayonnaise or sauces, giving a creamy contrast to the crunchy exterior.